The Father does not forgive. The Father does not forget. The Father wants nothing taken away from him, and that especially means a victory here.
We heard it from Iseah Bronson in pre-match comments, Mark Warseka. He feels like Tommy Mars is trying to take from him the biggest opportunity of his professional career. He has never been more offended in his entire life. Many of these matches, especially between fellow Academy graduates, often feel like exhibitions, nothing more than showcases of athletic ability and what they've learned over the course of the past 10 weeks. But clearly, for Bronson at least, that is not the case. He has made this very, very personal.
Well, I don't know if Bronson is determined or insane to see it that way, but either way, it's a motivator for this very strange and dangerous man.
Talked about his time attending a New Japan camp here in the LA Dojo in 2018. At that point, under the wrestler Katsuyori Shibata, and said that everything changed. It shifted his perspective on what he needed to be as a professional wrestler.
Shibata has said, our training does not lie, our sweat does not lie, and as we're seeing some fantastic back and forth technical action to open this one up, I think those maneuvers do not lie. We see what these gentlemen have picked up in camp.
Wow. Iseah Bronson not mincing words here, clearly trying to get in the head of Tommy Mars here, and Mars more than happy to oblige, all sorts of fired up.
He towers over Mars, obviously has the height advantage, and that's barefoot. He is not wrestling in boots, Jordan.
No, that almost mixed martial arts style from Iseah Bronson. You spoke to it during the entrances, Mark. Could not be further from the rock and roll vibe of one red-hot Tommy Mars. He embraces that freewheeling, high-octane rock star lifestyle.
Look how he's leaning into that side headlock, using his size advantage, and this is smart strategy, good fundamentals. Tommy Mars finds his way out of it, though, into the hammerlock.
You say size advantage. I might have to disagree with you there as he sweeps the leg. Iseah Bronson locking in an ankle lock, but Mars not tuckered enough. Able to cinch in one of his own, and Bronson reaches the bottom rope. Bronson at 6'3" certainly has the height advantage,
yes,
but I think in terms of size and muscle and power, might belong to Mars.
Tommy Mars has sacrificed so much to be here today. When he first started training at the Nightmare Factory, he was living in his truck, sleeping on 2 couch cushions in the back of his truck. He had $200 in his pocket, moving with his city. This is the type of dedication we see from many of these wrestlers who sacrifice so much to be part of New Japan Pro Wrestling in this academy.
We're going to pick the leg here of Bronson, and that is a credit to what Tommy Mars has learned here at NJPW Academy, Mark. Realized he wasn't going to get the leg, realized the leg of Bronson was too long, and immediately adjusted on the fly, cinching in that headlock. I'm not sure we would have seen that type of reinvention, that type of thinking on the fly out of Tommy Mars 2.5 months ago.
When you want it as bad as he does, you're willing to do anything to find a way. He says, a lot of people want this, but I need this, as he tries to pick up Bronson, but Bronson finds his way out of it and just kind of chop blocks him from behind.
Try the operative word. Bronson not only too tall and limber, Bronson also too determined. You talk about that look in his face during his pre-match comments. That look in his face as he made his way to ringside. The lights are on, but nobody's home, Mark.
I know one person that guys like Bronson and Mars think about is Matt Vandegrift, a graduate of this academy who has been for over a year now, Jordan. Our Strong Survivor. He's 7-0 in Strong Survivor kickoff matches, a New Japan Strong cards. That's the sort of success that guys like this want to see for themselves.
That's right. Victories over the likes of Buck Skinner, Barrett Brown, Goldie, Adrian Quest, Alan Breeze, Seabass Finn, and Zane J, who will have another opportunity, a second opportunity, come December 5th in Long Beach. Cover. And kick out here. Of course, Zane J, a part of our main event coming up next. Tag team action alongside the DKC against Kushida and Fred Rosser, his advanced coaches here at NJPW Academy.
Can't wait for that one. As again, the height advantage put into play here by Iseah Bronson.
Do you think it's smart strategy from Bronson? If it is indeed strategy at all. Maybe he's just crazy, right? Maybe he's nuts like you said, Mark. But do you think it's smart strategy to make it as personal as he has with Tommy Mars?
Well, I'm reminded of Michael Jordan, frankly, who would make up scenarios in his head to help him to stay more competitive. Maybe that's what Bronson is doing.
Well, with a lariat like that, well on his way to GOAT status is Bronson. Cover. And a kick out.
Bronson's so methodical. Every move he makes, there's no wasted motion. He's doing it for a reason. He's stalking his prey.
Well, Mark, you said it sucks the air out of the room as the 5-minute call is made. It doesn't care about pleasing the fans or giving the people a show. He will do whatever is necessary to hurt his opponent en route to victory.
Tommy Mars gets kicked to the back. He's from Paradise City, Arizona, got a black belt in Taekwondo, and has had over 200 matches under his belt in the couple years that he has been wrestling. I'm telling you, he is out there doing it.
Yeah, Tommy Mars looking worse for the wear here as Bronson continues to lay these lethal kicks in. You see clearly a strategy premeditated by Bronson. Mars saw it coming.
Smart.
Mars needs a way back in this thing, and he needs a way back in this thing quick. I'm not just talking about the 5-minute call, less than 10 minutes to go in this matchup. If Bronson keeps this onslaught going, if Mars is unable to keep this up, his career might be in jeopardy, Mark.
Keep firing away, it doesn't matter how tall you are. A chop is gonna knock you down.
A flurry of chops now followed up with a series of forearms here. Center of the ring, the cerulean blue, the lion mark here. How apropos, because we know how much that emblem means to both of these men. And this time the body slam lands. Cover. No.
Mars wants to join NJPW full-time one day. He wants to challenge for an IWGP championship. And you can't imagine that you could do any of that without racking up wins in this ring. He needs one here today.
Well, a victory against the father would be a hell of a start. Off the ropes, but it's Bronson from behind. They're gonna send Mark outside the ring perhaps, but it's Mars reversing. Bronson lands on the apron. Nasty shot there from red hot Tommy Mars.
Bronson's in a dangerous part of town. Mars knows it, and climbing up on the bottom rope looks like he wants to take advantage of this positioning, but Bronson does not allow it.
Again, using that height to his advantage is Bronson here. But it's all about the follow-through. Bronson has Mars scouted.
Wow!
Springboard knee.
Did not expect that out of Iseah Bronson. And he is following through right here.
Vertical suplex. Bronson, cover. And a kick out from Mars. A bit of a lackadaisical cover there, Mark Warzeka. No hook in the leg, and perhaps this is why. Wants to tap him out with the cross arm breaker.
Look at how Mars's hands are holding together, right?
Leverage reversed. Bronson nearly got his own shoulders pinned down there. You're absolutely right. Clasping the fingers together, keeping the pressure from being applied. Again, tries to catch Bronson with a quick cover, but the father saw it coming.
He's a rangy wrestler, and he's moved now into more of a head scissors, maybe looking for some type of choke. It doesn't matter either way because Mars got out of there.
Mars here clearly worse for wear as you see Iseah Bronson clutching that neck here. He's feeling the same type of effect. Trying to finish it. Sit out power bomb. Deep cover. But Mars gets the shoulders up.
I thought that might be all for Tommy Mars.
And clearly Iseah Bronson felt the same way, Mars.
I need this more than you. Quit!
You hear him screaming, I need this, I want this more than you. And I'm starting to believe him.
I don't know if it's focus or insanity.
Small package! Mars nearly stole it, but only a 2. Almost an exploder STO there. Unique variation from Tommy Mars, but before he can clench the cover, Bronson wisely rolling out of dodge.
He immediately started rolling away from Mars to make sure that Mars couldn't quickly cover him.
And this is very, very smart ring awareness, not just rolling away, but rolling close to those ropes. So even if Mars is able to clench in a cover, Bronson will be under the ropes or close enough to grab one.
And at Bronson's height, he doesn't have far to go. With his height and his range to be able to reach out and get a foot or a hand in the ropes from almost anywhere in the ring. Oh, he got caught.
Huge basement drop kick from Tommy Mars. Did you hear that crack?
Tommy Mars has lived off a
jackknife cover. He got him!
Oh!
a win.
9 minutes, 27 seconds. Here is your winner, Tommy Mars.
Tommy Mars has been sleeping on people's couches. He's dog sat. His car's broken down.